we have three guests, Emma, Evan, and Pia, who will be talking about MBA Full Time and Part Time. So, of course, yeah, here they are on the screen, on the slide, and then they are also the main characters of today's session. So they will be leading a presentation in a few moments. But before that, about my German University, which is a database of English to study programs in Germany. Actually, it's not only full English, because today as well you will hear about part-time MBA, which also requires knowledge of German. So in case you want to study in Germany fully or partially in English, you are welcome to use the Study Finder to search for programs. So in case of MBA, you just need to search by subject and you write MBA. And of course, there are different MBA specializations, and you could select that as well, and then search for programs. If you do so, you will see a number of programs, but then you could filter according to different things. For example, in case you have already English a language tests available and you know your score, you could filter for programs which are taking your score. In today's session, very important is work experience. And so you will, you can also filter for programs that do require or do not require work experience, and so on. Those filters can be combined, and later on you can also sort programs according to application deadlines or city or so on and so forth. So it is quite user friendly, and we hope that it will save your time when searching for a correct. We also have articles on our page, and those articles are worth of your attention because they do have important details, especially for internationals, especially, for example, if you're looking for, I don't know, scholarship or visa details. There are country-specific articles. So feel free to check that out. In case you have a specific requirement or question, let me know. I can share relevant article already now in chat. And of course, to stay connected, we have webinars. We have general and subject webinars. In general webinars, my colleague Marie is presenting broader topics like, for example, UniAssist scholarship, visa, or studying in general. And then she has also time for live Q&A, which is always very appreciated by attendees because you are welcome to ask your broader questions there. And we have subject webinars. This week is exceptional. We have 4 subject webinars in a row. I hope I will survive until Friday. And we have, we are always very happy that guest speakers make it from universities to directly answer your questions, because believe me, I know they have very, very tough schedules, and having this one-to-one or else answering your questions, it should be very appreciated. And we are very thankful from our side, and also students, I believe, are as well. And of course, our team, these people make my German University from different puzzles, or we are from different countries, which is nice as we have the information of like kind of expats and also Germans, and we are happy to share that with you on your way to starting your studies in Germany. Now I will briefly show both programs, MBA full-time and part-time. What is important here is that you can, of course, I will also share the course pages, like original pages, but in case you want to navigate on our study finder, you can also even check for info package, which has all the information about the program. Of course, you can also go to course website as you prefer, and all the details are available there as well. Now I will stop my screen share, start sending the links in chat, and hand it over to Emma and Pia, and they are welcome to start as they prefer.
Thank you. Are you able to see the presentation?
Yes.
First check. Okay. Okay, so welcome everybody. I'm here today with my colleague Pia to talk about our MBAs at ESB Business School, Reutlingen University. Just to start off with a little bit about our status, within Germany as a business school. We are AACSB accredited. As you may or may not know, only very few business schools in Germany have this seal of approval, which makes us, and we live up to the reputation of being truly international. Nevertheless, we're also nationally accredited, as you can identify there, and also program accredited. Currently, we are ranked #1 business school within Germany, the university for business and economics. So what sets our MBA apart? The first thing that I should mention is our internationality, international in every sense. We have over 40 years actually of MBA experience. Today's MBA is not the MBA that we started with, but it has developed, you know, and molded itself dependent on the needs of our students that come to us. We're extremely practice oriented, not only in our MBAs, but as a business school. This is a vital element of how we teach and how our students learn. Consecutive top positions in university rankings, as I said, currently ranked #1 in Germany for universities of applied science in business, AACSB accredited. Another really important thing to mention is our strong alumni network. There is what we like to call an ESB spirit. We have over 5,000 alumni members, which is quite a lot considering we're not that big of a business school. And our alumni, they come back to us, they work in our mentorship programs, they support our current students. They're always available to help should they have any questions regarding thesis, regarding company placements and internships. It really is a strong community of alumni that we have. And on top of that, we are part of the public University of Reutlingen. Most of our professors, in fact, all of our professors are funded by the state of Baden-Württemberg, which makes us able to offer our MBAs at quite a competitive price, which you'll see in a moment. So I mentioned the practicality of ESB Business School in all of our programs. For example, through project work, thesis, research, and especially the collaboration with companies. Study abroad is possible. In fact, in some programs, it's mandatory. Experienced professors and industry experts from leadership roles love to come and teach at ESB Business School and in our programs. We have almost 50 renowned international corporate partners who offer regular guest lectures, excursions, workshops, joint project seminars. They also come to us on campus and offer 2 recruitment fairs a year. So really in the business of recruiting our ESB students and graduates. And this is a fantastic offer for our MBA full-time students in that case. And just so you can get a visual of our current corporate partners, here they are. You can see the names, the big names there. And what is worth mentioning is that in the collaboration with these companies, we have a professor allocated to each of these companies in the business of, enhancing the corporate relations there. Okay, so you may have heard of ESB Business School, you may not, but where are we located? I'll skip that one. So you can see where the arrow's pointing, right down in the south there of Germany, close to Austria, Switzerland. So if you're into, hill walking in the summer, and if you're into skiing in the winter, it's an optimal location for that. But also what is an advantage is our location close to Stuttgart. It's really only 25 minutes away, and you can be in the optimal business location there. We've got all the automotive companies. 10 minutes away from Reutlingen is Hugo Boss. We also have Bosch in Reutlingen. A lot of our students do their internships there, etc. Okay, and pretty pictures always help, and you can see this is Reutlingen, the far left picture, the gateway to Reutlingen city. Reutlingen used to be a medieval town surrounded by a wall, and I can't say that this is the original medieval tower. It has been replicated, but this is the gateway there to Reutlingen. And as I said, you've got the car museums, the automotive companies close by in Stuttgart. There's Mercedes-Benz there. This is what Reutlingen looks like typically in the spring with the hanging flowering baskets. This is the main street, the Wilhelmstraße in Reutlingen. And as I said, if you're interested in walking, let's say hiking, going up hills and exploring castles, this is absolutely the best place to be. I think there are about, how many castles have we got? Three within half an hour's reach from Reutlingen. There's the Hohenzollern Castle there, the typical picture that you've probably seen. We're also very close to Tübingen, what our internationals like to call the Disneyland of Germany, with the pastel-coloured houses. Very similar, I suppose, to Cambridge. You can do the punting there in Tübingen. And as I said before, we do get winter, we do get snow, and you're very close to the popular ski areas, being in the south of Germany. Okay, so I'm going to start with the MBA Full Time program before I hand over to Pia. So some key facts, admission requirements. Obviously, we require a bachelor's degree. We require a minimum, and this is an absolute minimum, of 2 years professional experience post-bachelor's. The average changes from year to year, but most of our students have a good 5+ years of work experience post-bachelor. We require English at C1 level. That's the equivalent of IELTS 7. Or proof that your undergraduate degree was conducted in English. Then we do not require proof of English. We also require GMAT or equivalent, and there are many equivalents, as you can see listed there, unless you have a business or finance related bachelor's or master's degree. The application deadline for internationals, those that haven't got a bachelor's degree from Germany, let's put it that way, is 1st of July. However, I wouldn't leave it that late. And for those who do have are German or have a German bachelor's degree, 1st of August. We have one intake per year, every end of September, start of October. This year it starts on the 29th of September. We run a 3-month, so 18-month, 3-semester program, and this includes, which is quite unusual for an MBA program, this includes a 3-month mandatory company placement. You'll get 90 credits, ECTS. The language of instruction is completely in English. We have changed the curriculum slightly, and German, if you do not have C1 level German, you are obliged to take German classes in parallel to your MBA classes. And these run every Monday morning and Friday afternoon. We don't want an overcrowded MBA program. You're learning from your peers, not just from the professors, but from your peers, a good mix of business experience and cultural background. So we try and keep roughly to 25. This batch we have 26, and the cost per semester, and remember there are 3 semesters, is 3,367 euros and 30 cents. Okay, key facts. All of you will have to get your bachelor's degree. If it is an international bachelor's degree, non-German, you will have to get this verified by a body which is called Studienkolleg Konstanz. But I won't go into too much detail about this. If you're interested, you will learn about this as you go along the application process. I said before, very good knowledge of English. These are the qualifications that we accept. IELTS 7, TOEFL a minimum of 95 points, and so on. Those are the most popular. Okay, how our program looks in terms of structure. So we have the 3 semesters. So you're starting off with your core business modules. Remember, quite a few of our students come from non-business backgrounds. So to bring everybody up to the same level, the first semester goes over, I wouldn't say the basics, I'd say the fundamentals that every business program should be offering. So accounting and finance, strategizing the future, legal frameworks of management, along with your German classes, supply chain management, etc. And that first semester finishes, so it starts end of September, finishes mid-February, exams finish mid-February, then you'll have a semester break. You come back for the summer semester starting mid-March to mid-July. And this is where you really get the opportunity to deep dive into specialization areas. You'll choose 4 specializations, what we call electives. You'll continue with your German classes to get you ready for industry and your company placement. And you will also, we find, because our students also have to write an academic thesis, you will also have a course teaching the fundamentals of how to research a paper, how to write academic writing, how to source literature, things like that. Because again, bringing everyone to the same level, for those who have come from an engineering background, for example, won't have this, this experience. And then pretty much after mid-July, you are free. And if you're organized and structured and you have a placement ready, you're ready to go and join your company of choice. We require you to do 3 months, but this is completely flexible how you arrange this with your chosen company. This can be in Germany, and it usually is, but there's nothing stopping you also from doing your placement abroad. As I said, you also have to write a thesis, which we allow 3 months for. You can do this also with the company where you did your placement. You don't have to, there's flexibility there, but that rounds off the MBA. And each semester is 30 credits, rounding up to 90 credits. This just goes into a little bit more detail about the elective subjects that you can choose from Lean Enterprise Management. It's important to have the hot topics in there: venture capital financing, entrepreneurship, data-driven marketing, data analytics and decision-making is a popular choice, sustainability dynamics, business models for a circular economy, and strategy, which is a popular choice for our students. So that's just to give you the wide choice, or our students can choose 4 of those. This may change slightly depending on our offer at the time, but generally those are the subjects, or we'll look into what the current topics are needed and wanted by our students, and we'll try and offer them. Okay. The successful application. just so it sinks in a little bit. Who should apply? University graduates with a bachelor's degree, at least 2 years professional experience. The range is anything from 2 to 15 years in general. I see our current alum, Evan, has joined us, and he's one of those in the top range in terms of experience. He can tell you a little bit about that in a moment. Yeah. Most importantly, a need or desire to expand your knowledge and experience for your career, and the need to take on international management responsibility. Yeah. Okay. As I said before, if you're interested, you simply go to our homepage and fill out the online questionnaire and upload the following documents that I mentioned before. Okay. You will get all of this information, or it is also on our homepage. Okay, if maybe I should just mention, if you, on top of getting your bachelor's degree from Studienkolleg Konstanz verified from there, if you have a bachelor's degree from India, Vietnam, or China, unfortunately, you will also have to go through the whole process of verifying your bachelor's again. So APS verification is to allow you, if you are from these countries, to study anywhere in Germany. Studienkolleg Konstanz is a verification allowing you to study in the region of Baden-Württemberg. This is all quite technical, and I won't confuse you anymore with that. I said before, we're truly international. Just to give you another visual of how this is just a snapshot of our alumni, who they are, where they're working, and what they are doing. Also, so you can get an idea, our most recent, we took 156 of our most recent graduates and looked into, what areas they've gone into according to function. You can see that marketing and sales is big there, management and leadership, and the rest is self-explanatory. But I just want to say that this also depends on what experience our students come to us with, whether they want to pivot their career, whether they want to continue on that track, but at an international level. These are all variables affecting, what areas they might go into. And in terms of industry, we in recent years have had quite a few with engineering backgrounds, and we do have a lot of manufacturing companies nearby in Germany. And as 90% of our students do stay and continue to work after graduation in Germany, manufacturing is a big area that they can go into, as well as technology and information. It's a close second, especially for those with IT software backgrounds. Okay, you can see this on our homepage. I just want to mention one of our alumni. If you're interested in going into the area of entrepreneurship and startup, here's a fine example. Our alum Elliot was really quite fascinated. He came here to Germany to do his MBA. He was fascinated with the recycling, or the return on refund that you get on returning your plastic bottles. There is a system that we have in Germany. He was absolutely fascinated by it and decided to implement that back in his home country of Nigeria. He's based in Berlin. It wasn't always easy. He was really helped and supported by our Center for Entrepreneurship. He had an idea, he had business idea. He went to them and they supported him through this whole process. So I just want to mention him. That is also, a success story of our MBA Full Time. Okay. If you have any questions, there's me. And there's Evan, who's also joined just now. He's very available via LinkedIn or email, and would be happy to answer any questions you have from a student and graduate perspective, which sometimes is what you need. And there is our QR code, which leads you straight to our homepage. And with that, I'm going to pass on to my colleague from our MBA part-time program, Pia.
Thank you so much, Emma. Yeah, the MBA International Management part-time is the second MBA option you do have at ESB Business School. As part-time already suggests, you do not study full-time, so you continue working while studying. Emma, next slide, please.
Yeah.
About the key facts, we do give you 90 credits for the program. You study 24 months, either including the time for writing the master thesis, or you can have time for writing the master thesis additionally. So you do not study 4 semesters, but 5 in that case. Overall, you are in Reutlingen for 30 weekends and 4 block weeks during that 4 semesters. In contrast to the MBA Full Time, the MBA Part Time is not an all English program. This program is German and English, and the tuition fees are about 14,750 euro plus the semester contribution and the costs for the study abroad. During semester 1, you do the foundation, so you get insights of basic of market-oriented management and accounting, as well as international negotiation skills. In semester 2 and 3, additionally, we do the foundation and specialization. Semester 4, we have specialization. You get knowledge on business integrity and law. And for your specialization, we have various electives for your individual profile development. What are the subject areas? These are strategic management, sustainable business management, marketing. We talk about digitization, leadership, and employee responsibility. And additionally, you have the choice of electives tailored to the individual MBA portfolio. What is our target group? Our target group are professionals in a permanent employment with an international outlook and with a minimum of 2 years of professional experience. But as an average, we have around 3.7 years professional experience of our students.
Peter, maybe you just want to mention permanent employment in Germany or in Europe?
Permanent employment in Germany.
Okay.
This is more in detail what is taught through during those 4 semesters. As already mentioned, semester 1, market-oriented management, accounting and negotiation across borders, and similar to the full-time, as you do have to write master thesis, there is an additional part, business research methods. Semester 2, we have economics of firms and markets, business finance, strategic management, and sustainability management. Also, starting with semester 2, you can choose between a total of 4 electives, whereas the study abroad stay is also counted as one of these electives. In semester 3, as core modules, we do have leadership, organizational behavior and change, digital business strategies, and entrepreneurship. And in semester 4, we only have 2 core modules named business process management simulation and international business law. And as we only do have 2 modules in semester 4 for 2 months, it is also possible to write the master thesis in semester 4, as the time frame for the master thesis is set at 4 months. Overall, you get 90 ECTS, 20 in the first semester, and the others during the remaining 3 semesters, plus the master thesis gives you additional 16 credits. That's just an overview of the possible electives you can choose in the MBA part-time. Not all the electives are available each semesters, but during the 4 semesters you stay with us, all those electives can be chosen.
And just to mention that this is a new thing that we are trying to synergize part-time and full-time, and some of our full-timers can choose a couple of choices from part-time and vice versa.
Yeah, thank you, Emma. Correct. What we do have is a blended learning concept, meaning you have 8 lectures at weekends on-site at Reutlingen campus. We do also have contact seminars, which are used for reviews, recaps, coachings, or introduction to the topics, which are throughout the week online after 5 or 6 p.m. And approximately you have 15 hours per subject you have to spend overall. As previously mentioned, one of the electives is the stay abroad. So we have partner universities in Canada, Croatia, France, India, Luxembourg, South Africa, South Korea, and the US. So depending where you go, you can either stay 4 days or 4 weeks. For example, the shortest stay is in France for 4 days, the longest is in Canada for 4 weeks. So it is quite flexible and depends on your personal situation for sure, on the program the partner university offers, and on your current life situation, what fits best into your current job role and your personal private life.
And if I may just mention, in the full-time program, on demand, we can work out a solution if you feel like I'd really like to do an elective abroad. That is something that we have started to offer.
So at a glance, the admission requirements in a nutshell. So what you need is a completed university studies, bachelor degree or equivalent. If you have a degree from a foreign university, it must be also recognized in Germany by the Studienkolleg Konstanz. You need at least 2 years qualified professional experience after completion of the bachelor's degree. You additionally need a successful aptitude test in the context of an online interview, a German and English language proficiency for German C1 and English B2 level according to the European Framework of Reference for Languages. For the MBA part-time program, we do have 2 intakes a year for the summer and the winter semesters, and the deadline for submission all the documents is 15th of February or 15th of August, respectively, for summer or winter semester. Thank you. That's it from my side so far. Also here you have the QR code, which you can scan and get directly to our program's homepage.
First of all, thank you very much for the presentations and details. Dear attendees, in case the words Studienkolleg Konstanz or APS were not that familiar, but I guess they were, you can also check out, I posted the articles about that. So how to apply, what's the procedure, online portal, etc., all is there. Feel free to check that out. I have also checked that for the MBA Full Time, there are info sessions on 9th of December and 16th of January. if you would like to also have or the direct contact, you already have, but join once again Emma, or I don't know who will be hosting it, feel free to do so on 9th of December or 16th of January at 9 a.m., I believe, Central European Time.
Great. Thank you, Nino. It will be me.
Yeah. And yeah, of course, course pages. There was a QR code, but in case you want to also have a link, they are and the emails. All right, so let's just follow the order. Good evening. 2 years of work experience is in total, right? Could be combination of 2 with a gap in between. So I guess it applies to both programs. Whoever
Yes, so a total post-bachelor, if I may speak for both, a total post-bachelor minimum of 24 months experience. If there has been a 6-month gap in there, that's absolutely fine, as long as as long as you can talk about why or the reasons for that gap.
Mm-hmm. And just an addition from my side, do you have specific requirements on the positions?
It
That
should be qualified job role. So it's not if you have a bachelor's degree in engineering, for example, and you worked as a barkeeper, that's not a qualified job for the studies.
And one last addition to this point, internship after graduation does not count. Or?
It does if it was work experience post-bachelor. I mean, certainly for MBA full-time, we can count that.
All right.
And in addition, we talk about a full-time position. So if you have 50%, it is just, for example, you need 4 years of work experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. Hi, on the page, it is possible to submit the application, but you also mention to send everything as PDF to an email. Which one to follow?
No email. Certainly for MBA full-time, you'd simply go to our homepage and there is an online questionnaire where you upload the documents. That's the first step. And then we will check that all the documents are there. And if it's all present and correct, we will invite you to a selection interview. And that's the very first stage. You can communicate with us via email regarding your documents if you so wish.
Okay,
beforehand.
thank you.
It's the same for the part-time, so you need to upload it and submit your personal data that we have everything as an overview.
Thank you. One more question. Are there elective courses suitable for someone with a social science background?
Well, I would switch that question. I mean, the first thing you come to us with is a plan and an idea of what you want to get out of our MBA program. So it's not dependent on your background, what your elective you choose. It's where you want your career to progress and which subjects you would like to choose accordingly. So I would switch that question and say, where do you want to be career-wise and what do you want to get out of our MBA program? Then you can choose your specialization accordingly.
Wonderful answer. Thank you. Hello, do you accept third-party payment, Royal Society grant, directly paying for the MBA with an invoice?
Ooh, that's a tricky question because the payment goes through our central admissions team. I know that for MBA full-time, for your let's say for your visa, you have to have your blocked account and you have to have more than 11,000 in your blocked account. Who's paying that is irrelevant, but I would have to double check.
If the question is, are they going to send an invoice that can then get paid?
No,
I don't think that's going to work, right? They said via an invoice. So the invoice thing is not a thing. You log in, you do the draft, and then they pull the money from your account. So That's how the system works.
Thanks, Evan.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm. I think it was a question to me. I will handle it in a second. Then the question was about internship period. Is it fixed or full time, I guess?
It's you have to do 3 months. You can do 6 months. You can do longer. You can do 4 months. This is all, you know, as a grown-up MBA student, this is all what you negotiate with your company. But we require a minimum of 3 months.
Yeah, maybe a follow-up. Should it be exactly in the semester you mentioned it was?
No, in fact, as soon as you finish the second semester, you cannot start before you finished your second semester exams, and they finish around, I mean, our current students can start in their placements from the 21st of July. So, you know.
There are some tricks and, you know, tips and tricks to this, though. There's some strategy you can use, because you have to do you have to do a thesis, and I'm not as clear with the part-time program, but certainly for the full-time program, there is a thesis that you will be writing, and then there is also a company-based project you will be doing, which is your internship, as they're referring to. Number of people, in fact, a lot of people in my class wanted to convert their internship into a full-time job. And in many cases, this is possible. So in those cases, life can be a lot easier if you write your thesis first and then go start your internship. The problem with or one of the challenges people have, and I did this to myself, my fault, is you start your internship, convert it to a job, and then start your thesis while you're juggling your new full-time job. So life can be a little bit easier if you're looking to, you know, do that convert to a job strategy, which a lot of people do if you do your thesis first. So
Yeah, that's a good tip. But it just goes to show that there is that flexibility. You know, we just require 3 months company placement and a report and a thesis, which you have 3 months to work on.
We've
How
had
you
some
do it?
people, yeah, and we've had some people, again, another person in my class who wanted to, who got an internship, then got accepted to another one, and then negotiated with the second one that they could do both internships. So they did one internship, finished that, and then went back and did a second internship to get the experience and the network. So,
Yeah,
you know, people do
voluntary. You
different
can
things.
do as many voluntary. That's what we like to call them, internships on top. If there's a company that you'd like to, you know, get experience with. Sure. Yeah.
This is great. Just a legal addition would be that don't forget that as an international, you have also limited amount of permission to work during the semester. Don't forget about it. You will not, if you, then they will remind you. And you will
Yeah.
also get a special letter, or not a letter, but document, which is called Blood, and there will be indicated everything where you can, like how many hours and so on and so forth.
So, and to that point, if you do a voluntary one, those work days count against that limit. The internship that is required as part of your program does not count to your total days of working. So if you go do your thesis, then you do your internship for a few months. At the end of that, according, you know, in the number of work days that counts against your visa, you will still be at 0. And you can start from there and do a second internship or take a job or whatever you're looking to do.
Yeah, great. This is actually, that's why these webinars are really nice. At least I like them a lot because it's far beyond the structure of a program. It's also personal insights, and in discussion, lots of interesting facts are being discovered as well. So thank you very much. There was a question to Pia. Before you mentioned the like how this part-time works, the question came, is the study online and how to combine? So you mentioned it's on weekends, but if you don't mind, could you please briefly recap this part?
Yeah, so during the weekends, meaning Friday, 3:30 to 9:30, and Saturday from 8:30 through 3:30, you have to be on campus in Reutlingen. online, we do only have the contact seminars. So it's a on-campus program and not remote.
Mm-hmm. And just to follow up with you, you also mentioned about this option of study abroad, and somebody got it like it's an absolute must. So it's not, right?
It is. For our program, it's a must. You have to go abroad.
Okay.
It's
So
not
then,
a semester as it is for various master programs, but it's a must. You have to go to one of our partner universities, and the time of the stay at the partner university depends on the program you choose and varies between 4 days and 4 weeks. But it is a
and so does it mean that it's also includes some additional costs in case they like for the partner university tuition?
yes.
Okay, great. One more question about the internship topic. Let's think it was interesting already. When should one start applying for internships to make sure it is there in third semester?
Well, I'm sure Evan's going to add to my points here because he's been through it all.
They have thoughts and feelings, yes.
But I remember Evan's coming from our 1-year program. From now on, we have an 18-month program. So our students do have a little bit more time to do the networking, to reach out to our alumni that are placed around Germany in different companies. It's all there. I would start as early as possible. Maybe get a good amount of the first semester behind you, because remember, it is still an intensive program, and I hear this from our students. Oh, I didn't think it was going to be this intensive, but it is an intensive program. So towards the end of the first semester, start reaching out to your professors, asking about if they have certain contacts, going to our career center, reaching out to our alumni. I will give you a list of our alumni and where they're placed, and things like that. It's never too early, because this MBA program is all about networking, and ultimately our students want to get a foot in the German job market. This is why we call it Gateway to Germany. So, Evan.
I think everything you said is accurate. I would add that some of the challenges that many people have is converting their resume or their CV kind of into the German standard, which is a little different than a lot of people are used to. So don't think you're going to wake up one day on Monday and then by Friday you're going to have an internship. There's a process, and there's a career center. There's people to help you to review your CV and kind of help you get it in the right format, help you put yourself forward the best way possible. There are job fairs. You can start to, learn to mingle in the German business culture. And then there's tons of networking opportunities, but certainly start taking advantage of those early. It can take some time, not just to find a place to go, but the place that you want to be. I mean, you can a lot of times get an internship somewhere. I mean, the ESB brand is very strong in Germany as a whole, but particularly in this region of the country, it's extremely strong. People will want you, but you still want to find something that you want, especially again, a lot of people want, you don't want to have to do an internship and then go find a job. If you can find an internship that will lead you into a job, that's a great thing, but that can take a little more time. So I agree with the as you begin your second, or you certainly, before you begin your third, you should have begun that networking and engagement process. It'll take a little while to get used to how German interviews work. It's a different process than a lot of the world.
So be patient. Be patient. It's a new culture. It's a new system, and I say to my students that one got a knockback from KPMG, and I say, well, that was your first. You need to have had. Some of our students have applied to 50 or 100. It's part of the process, and you're learning from it. And that's hard to comprehend, when you've sort of given up your current status in your country, in your employment, to come to another country. It's an absolutely brave move. So it's hard to comprehend, but it's all part of the process, and you will get there. but don't take the first thing that, you know, that you're offered.
Give yourself time so you don't have to take the first thing. Let's put it that way. Make sure you get an internship
Or that way
you're gonna
around,
want.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have a short addition. First of all, thank you for those insights. To help you with CV, I have posted an article on CV structure, but there is a difference. This is a CV for the university because you need to also upload CV for MBA programs, don't forget. And don't try to write your motivation or CV in one day. It does not work. Yeah, be very personalized and also unique in what you're writing. And another tip is because I am following Emma and ESB Business School on LinkedIn, and you see there how connected they really are, and that they are sharing the success of their alumni. And yeah, even that I'm not part of the programs, I still see how connected and tight they are. So don't worry about it. They will not leave you in trouble, I believe, or at least how I see it. So yeah, internship is a thing, but yeah, of course, nothing will come if you just stay and wait. But again, they will support you, and you see also from today's session how helpful they are. There is a
That's
longer
great.
question.
That's great, Nino. Sorry, I just wanted to also say that we offer workshops on CV writing from the MBA program. We have a great team at the Career Centre, and you can knock on their door and they can help you. They're not going to say, you know, okay, here's a company for you, you know, but they can help you in terms of, you know, customizing your CV. And you will need to keep changing your CV. Don't think you can have just one standard CV for all your applications, and that's a process as well.
Exactly. Exactly. Totally agree. Thank you. And I see two more questions. One is from Tohin, another from Henry. The one from Henry I will take, and the one from Tohin I will voice it. It's a bit longer, but I guess it's interesting. Have you accepted in mean of instruction certificate from university receiving in register office? Work experience of 12 years, position area manager, sales, healthcare, pharmaceutical, Ltd.
Yeah, I think he
Professional
listed his CV right there.
Yeah, part of the, at least.
Yeah.
Professional
Okay,
activities
so
also written. Yeah.
sum it up. 12 years experience. What
And
The
do you
question is
accept
the MOI
medium of
certificate.
the which certificate?
medium of instruction? I guess English language certificate.
Okay, that means
It's a
if the medium of instruction was English, we don't need proof of English. So
yeah.
that can be waived. So that's perfect. Okay.
And position was area manager sales in healthcare. Would that be something?
Yeah, I think we've covered that before. It's a minimum of 2 years of
Absolutely.
experience with a wide range and professional experience. So yeah, I think everything else has been covered.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Excellent.
Great.
Yeah.
Then Tohin, just go ahead and apply. I believe you have great chances. And last question is
Nino, you're doing a really good job here.
thank you. I don't see open questions. If any of you wants to add anything, feel free.
If I may, I might just say to everybody, get on LinkedIn. That's where it's all happening. So that's my final point. If you're interested, reach out to me. I'm sure Nino's going to share my email address. I don't think there's a need, or reach out to me on LinkedIn. But this is really, you know, where you can ask Evan certainly questions about the MBA program, and you know, just sort of solve some of those queries that you might have.
Yeah, exactly. I have just shared the email, and I will share the MBA Full Time LinkedIn page as well. Give me a second. Here we go. It's a bit longer one, but it's there. All right.
Part-time LinkedIn and my email address.
Yes. I will also share the email address from Pia. Give me a second. Here we go. And once again, LinkedIn.
Evan, I don't know if you want to put your details in
I
there.
dropped my LinkedIn link right in there in the chat. So
Super duper.
it's the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Super.
Yeah,
Although this chat is going to disappear in a minute, isn't it?
yeah, but dear attendees, you will receive a follow-up on Monday with all the details once again. So feel free to contact them. And also, like today, it's not difficult to search for such kind of things. So I'm sure you will be able to also, in case you want before Monday, to contact them already directly. All right. So thank you everybody for your time. This nice discussion.